Alright guys, what's going on? It's the Dueling Professor here, and today we are going through the final tutor for Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. I know I said we were going to do a practice duel, but we are going to hold that off for just a minute. But today we're going to go over pretty much the recent cards that were released in the game, which is a Synchro, Zykes, or XYZ, and Pendulum. Now, they're kind of hard to play, but if you can time it right, it's actually pretty easy. First, let's start off with the Synchro monster. This is the Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. Attack power 2500, defense 2000. These kind of cards require a tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. This card has an effect, actually. Let's see. It's still kind of hard to see it, but pretty sure you give it a minute and you'll actually see it. Or not. Or not. Anyway, it says here, when this card is special summon, you can target one card in your pendulum zone, special summon it. Also, this card cannot attack for the rest of this turn. You can only activate one effect of Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon once per turn. Duelists in your opponent's position cannot activate their effects during the battle phase. So, this is kind of cool, and it does bring up pendulum zones, which is, new feature, but this was the first one of the new. Here's the second new one, which is the Zykes monsters. Now, these ones are kind of more hard to use. This requires 2 level 7 monsters to sacrifice to play. And so if I wanted to play this, I would have one level 7 monster here, and then another level 7 monster here. It's my Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon and my DDD Dragon King Pendragon. Man, I wish I would have those on the field more often at the same time. Anyway, let's say I have this in my hand. No, it goes in the extra deck. But then I can also Synchros also go in the extra deck. So anyway, what I can do here is I can combine these two together, play the Zykes monster, and actually Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon has an effect when players' monsters declare for an attack. You detach one Zykes material from this card and negate the attack. Then you can special summon one Odd Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. If the Zykes summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Odd Eyes monster from your extra deck, except the Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. So that's pretty good. Pretty good effect. But yeah, what it means that you can just remove a Zykes material monsters into the graveyard and the attack is negated. But if it does get destroyed, then you can special summon an Odd Eyes, which, hello. But yeah, those are, those go in your actual deck. This goes in your actual deck. The Pendulum monsters. Now, this is actually kind of interesting. This is the Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, my personal favorite Pendulum monster. If this card declares, actually no, yeah, if this card battles an opponent's monster, take battle damage. This calculation to your opponent is doubled. So that's kind of cool. So if you have an attack, if you attack a 100 attack point monster, it actually takes a bunch more life point damage. But anyway, this actually has 2 effects. You see there's an effect down here, and also it's an effect up here. Now, as you can sort of see, it kind of looks like a combination of a monster and a spell card. That's because it is. You can place pendulum monsters in the pendulum zones, which are recently in the new playmats. Which means you can basically summon certain monsters from that certain start from the number counter here. It has 4, and you can play a monster from level 4 to probably level 7. And you can summon as much monsters as you can. But it also has a spell effect, so you can reduce the battle damage you take from an attack involving a pendulum monster you control to 0. During your end phase, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add one pendulum monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. You can add the pendulum effect of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon once per turn. So that's pretty cool. And all 3 of these are the new features of Yu-Gi-Oh! Synchro being the longest, and then the recent the Pendulum. And yeah, so next time we will actually have our mock duel to see how it feels like to be in the duel. So this is the Dueling Professor signing out and possibly sending grades. See you then.